Greetings gamers, I've done it again. Brought home another big ass CRT, another rare one. This is a Trinitron XBR200. First thing I notice about this guy is that it's gray instead of the Wegas that are silver. Kind of looks black in the picture here, but it's a dark gray, which I really like. I don't like the look of the silvers. In fact, when I was going to pick this up, I planned on painting it black if I was going to go ahead and use it, but it actually looks so good with this dark gray that I'm not going to paint it. It's got the buttons on the top here, somewhat unusual. Like my other XBR, I have an XBR48 with a curved glass screen that has the buttons on the top like that. The menu feature on it, let me get the menu, is it's I think identical to the menu feature on the XBR48. It's not like the Wegas, the 120 models or the 13 models. One thing that's kind of a bummer is it doesn't have a pro mode. You go into the video modes. I messed around with it a bit, and like most flat screen Sonys, there's only one mode that really looks good. In this case, it's the movie mode. It's not like my XBR48 where pretty much any of the modes look good and all have their uses. So I'm kind of locked in on the movie mode with everything turned down. It's labeled as a 36 XBR, but it's really 37 inches. I measured the screen diagonal, and it's 36 and 7/8, so it's like a 37-inch TV. Let's come around the back here and show you guys the year and model number on it. So KV-36XBR200. My understanding is that there's only two standard definition flat screen XBRs, the 200 series and the 250 series. All other XBRs you find are going to be high definition, which means you come down here and you're going to see the HD on them somewhere. It'll say HD. If you see HD down here, run away, guys. You want a standard definition. Notice down here you have your all-important component inputs. It doesn't say anything about HD. This is a standard definition set. There's a misunderstanding out there that all flat screen XBRs are HD. This is not HD. It's one of the reasons I picked it up. It's rare. You don't see them too often. I had hopes that it was similar to like a 300 series, like a 310 or a 320 or whatever, and that the scan lines would be that thick. I'll show you later. It's not that. It's more like a 120 or just any of your other Wegas as far as the sharpness of it. And it doesn't have a voltage regulator. I can demonstrate that later too. But it is an excellent set. The sound on it's really good. I'll open it up and show you guys the speakers. It's got a ridiculous amount of speakers. Unfortunately, I don't care about sound because I plug into a hi-fi system. That seems to be the main feature of these XBRs, is that they have good sound. Okay guys, I wanted to demonstrate something to you here. Notice the tilt on it's pretty good. It's not like crooked or anything like that right now. And I noticed when I turned it, the tilt on it, like the yoke, when I turned it 180 degrees, like went out of whack. So I'm just going to demonstrate that to you guys. I've never seen it so pronounced. So go ahead and turn it, Gabe. We're going to turn it. Oh, and watch also you're going to see discoloration, like the whole screen is magnetized when you turn it. So all we did was turn it 180. Thanks, Gabe. And look at that. It's all whack. Like, you can see the corner there is messed up and it's discolored now. It's all messed up just from turning it. So this thing, luckily, I think it's gonna degauss. There it goes, I could hear it degauss. And that got rid of all the discoloration, all the purity issue. And then a cool thing about all these large XBRs, I've had 3 of them, is, let me get into the menu and show you guys here. You go into the menu, like you can see the tilt is messed up on it now. Like the screen's like, it's like, no, it's like this. Like, look at that corner over there. It's out, the yoke is out of adjustment. But all these large XBRs, where is it? It's right here. Tilt correction. No need to open it up and manually twist the yoke. You just do. Let's see here. Well, here's an interesting thing. So I'm adjusting the yoke. If you go too far in one direction, it will mess up the geometry too, because this isn't actually mechanically twisting the yoke when you do this. It's using magnets to adjust the yoke. It's magnetizing it in a certain way. So if you mess with magnets too much on CRTs, like you might correct one thing. One thing I wanted to point out, I haven't really messed with this TV in particular too much with respect to this, but I've corrected the geometry quite a bit on my other XBR set, and you can't really pick up on it in the video, but the menu has a little bit of warp here. And on my other XBR set, after I even corrected the geometry to get rid of any warp on the screen, the menu would still pop up with the original geometry issues. For some reason, the menu doesn't seem affected when I go into the service menu and correct geometry. I haven't tried that on this set. I don't know if I will, but I just wanted to point that out to you guys. If you pull up the menu and the geometry looks off, don't expect that to be how the picture looks while gaming. Okay guys, I wanted to demonstrate to you that this set does not have a voltage regulator. If you're not sure what that is, it basically, I don't want to go into too much detail right now, and I honestly don't know too much about it, but it's one of the key features that people seek after, the holy grail sets, as people like to call them, the 310s and the KV-36 One of the key features of those is that they have a voltage regulator, whereas most other Sonys don't. A lot of Pro monitors have voltage regulators, and as far as I understand it, the key feature of the voltage regulator, its benefit is that when you're adjusting brightness and settings such as that, picture settings, it won't affect, the geometry on the image won't be affected. And one way you can tell if a monitor or TV has a voltage regulator, pull up a grid like this. Let me see here. You get the menu, and we'll go into picture, and we'll blast the picture settings, and you'll see these lines. You can already see these lines. The vertical lines are a little bit jagged. These lines here are a little bit jagged, and ideally on a set with a voltage regulator, they're not jagged. So watch, I'll blast the picture and you'll see them get worse. Yeah, the geometry gets worse, the lines get jagged, and then I'll turn it down and they'll go back to normal. See, now they straighten out. You turn the picture down, and these sets, that's one of the reasons a lot of these sets look better when you have the picture and brightness turned down. Look, those lines are straight now. So this set does not have a voltage regulator. If it did, I could adjust the picture up and these lines wouldn't become jagged. So this is a very nice set. I guess I wouldn't call it one of the prosumer models. It doesn't have a voltage regulator, and it's not as sharp as a 300 or a 310. It looks very similar to just your average KV-36 FV120 or 13 or 27 as far as the sharpness. I will say that it has excellent geometry. I don't think I will be adjusting the geometry on this. I'm going to open it up. I like to tinker on these just for fun. I'm going to open it up and blow it out. While I'm at it, I'll see what kind of pots and geometry and convergence and focus adjustments I can make. Looking at it now, let's see if I can pick up on it. The red gun, or the red convergence is a little bit off. You can see some red below the line here, even on the center of the screen. So on most of these sets, I know like on a 120 set, there's a pot on the neck board that you can adjust that convergence on the whole screen. And it looks like the red all the way, pretty much at the very top, the red line isn't off. But one line down, the red is below the white. And it's like that through the whole thing. No, not true, till about here. Let's see. So I might mess with that. The thing is, like a lot of times when you mess with that stuff, you know, you might improve it a little bit, but you might make something else whack. And when I play games on this, like it looks so good right now to begin with. Like I don't notice any convergence issues. So I probably am not going to improve the picture at all, but what the hell? Let's mess with it. Alright guys, wanted to show off some scan lines here. Like I said, it's about the same as a 120 or a teen 13, KV-36XBR200. What else to say? Oh, I picked it up for free. It was free on Craigslist. And I got enough TVs, but I picked this one up because it's an XBR, and I was interested to see if it was better than, as far as sharpness, if it was sharper than like a 120 or not. And I don't think it is. It's very similar. It might be. I need to spend more time with it. It is a gorgeous TV, and I would recommend it. For me, I mean, a lot of people probably don't care about this, but aesthetically, I like it. Just like I said earlier, it's gray instead of the silver. And the buttons are on top. I like how it looks on the bottom. It's a really good looking, aesthetically pleasing set. Here in a minute, I think I'll open it up and show you inside, and we'll see what kind of adjustments we can make as far as convergence or geometry settings. See what's on the neck board. Maybe play with it a little bit. I'm gonna blow it out. A little bit concerned. My last XBR that I opened up actually blew a resistor off on the PCB on the main board when I was blowing it off. I hope I don't do that to this one. And then that XBR was really hard to take the shell off because of the speakers on it, and this one seems to have some really gnarly speakers on it too, so hopefully it'll come off easily and won't be a pain like my XBR48. Let's go ahead and do that now. Oh, hey, that looks cool. Ooh. Alright guys, I got her opened up. And she just looks like a standard 120 inside. Nothing special. Nothing bad, nothing good. I was kind of hoping it'd have maybe a fancier, you know, cleaner board organization, but it doesn't. But Sony's are actually pretty organized and well made to begin with. Interesting notes here is it does have all the geometry and convergence adjustments I like. There's a focus and screen there. And right up here on the neck board is another focus knob. Could be top and bottom focus or inner and outer focus. Probably top and bottom. And let's see, is there anything else? Sometimes there's something else on there. I'm not seeing. I think there is another knob on there. Let's come around the other side. Sorry guys, I probably should have checked this before I turned the camera on. I can't tell. Well, anyways, on the top here, we got a couple pots to adjust. So I'm pretty sure that red line I saw on the bottom I can bring up. I forget what all the pots are, so I typically just have to mess with them until I like it, and I'll jack the whole screen up and then hopefully get it back to something that's an improvement. We'll just have to wait and see. What else to note back here? Okay, so I'm getting a little nervous because my plan for this TV is to turn it into a Tate screen. I want to turn it on its side. If you're not familiar, in Japan they call this orientation, 4x3, which is just your TV sitting on its ass, Yoko. And then if you fucking grab this TV and tilt it on its side like that, like vertical, they call that Tate. And so a lot of old shooters, bullet hells, are in that organization. If you went to the arcade, the monitor would be tilted like that. It'd be a vertical kind of style, and that's what I want to do. You can tilt these, and then in RetroArch, or you can set the settings in PlayStation 1 and 2 games so that it will display and you'll get like a really awesome image in Tate. There's a lot to that. I probably shouldn't go too far into the details of all that right now, but for our interest now is I'm getting nervous if this this thing weighs 235 pounds, if it's just gonna snap. Like, this TV definitely isn't made to go Tate. Like, if I turn it on its side, like, is this shit just gonna snap? Stay tuned. We're gonna find out. I mean, I get these for free. I got 14 TVs at this point. Like, it's my hobby. If it snaps, like, whatever, I'll take it to the junkyard. I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So I don't know. I'm looking at it to see if I could reinforce it in some way. I'm pretty handy, but just, it's got a curve. The CRT is curved glass. I don't see how I could get anything to stick to this. You know what? Maybe on the side here I could just put some blocks or fabricate some metal. That's actually not a bad idea. I could just wedge something in here on this part, and then down here, that would support the weight of the screen, and that would improve, that would maybe keep it from, just snapping as soon as I tilt it. So stay tuned and we'll find out. Oh yeah, one more thing. I wanted to show you guys, manufactured 1999, and as if there was any doubt on a Sony, it is a Sony tube. It's made in the USA. I don't know if that fills me with confidence. I'd probably be happier if it was made in Japan. Oh, and check this out. So you put these magnets, that's a magnet taped to the screen, and it's something I do myself. I tape magnets to the screen when I'm getting, really fancy trying to correct geometry and convergence issues. The one fell off here. It's down in there somewhere. I couldn't find it. It'd be, it'd probably be beneficial to find that and take it off. It's another magnet up here. It doesn't have too many magnets on it, which is a good sign to me. I don't see any convergence strips. You can shove these little magnets into the neck board back here, and that'll help convergence too. There's none of those in here. It's got some wedges. But yeah, that's about all I got to show you guys back here. All right, true believers, this is what ended up happening. So I was telling you I was concerned that this friggin' CRT might just snap when I went and put it on its side, Tate. So I cut some boards and I glued them up in there. So there's a strap around the whole CRT, big metal strap. I don't know if we can see it. It's in there. It's in there deep. There's a big metal strap around the whole thing. So I just I cut a board to fit so that it would go all the way up into that strap. I mean, it's only got a couple of inches. It looks like 2 inches touching that strap, and dissipating the weight, it'll be into my furniture. So I did one there, one support there, and one at the bottom, and I just used good old liquid nail. I love that stuff. It'll kind of fill in the gap there, and that's what I did. It might not have been necessary. It might not work. I think this is gonna do it. I think we're safe. We're good to go. Make the convergence and geometry adjustments. Just a quick word of warning: whenever you work on CRTs, they're potentially deadly. In fact, I don't recommend anybody try adjusting convergence or geometry on a CRT unless you're a licensed professional. So I'm not a licensed professional, so luckily I have children and they don't know anything about CRTs, so they don't know the danger they're in. I just have them do it for me. It's safer for me that way. So Gabe, go ahead and turn the screwdriver on the neck board a quarter turn to the right. Okay. Let's see, okay, quarter turn to the left. All right, we're gonna make a couple more adjustments and then I'll get back to you guys and let you know how it goes. All right, I know what you guys are thinking. He's gone too far. And you might be right. When my wife walked in the room, she laughed so hard, like genuine laughter, when she saw this. I don't know, I got this in my head the other day because this TV was posted on Craigslist for free. And I was like, I got room on my counter here. I could fit another TV. Well, dudes, this thing weighs 235 pounds. Like, I had to pull in all my favors to get my son to help me lift this sucker on here. And then I had to secure it down. It's not like 100% stable. But, yeah, once you get, like, into a serious CRT like habit, it's hard to know when to stop. You start finding that you do crazy shit like this. You know, I've been wanting a Tate setup, and I thought this would be the best TV. 37 inches, and I mean, it's a flat screen. So, like that dude over there, that dude's curved glass. And when you Tate the curved glass, it fucking looks weird in the corner. And you spend a lot of time down here on these shooters, and you don't want that curved glass. Like it's like warped down here. So this flat screen was appealing to me, and it's a really good TV, and it looks good in my room. Like I said, it's gray. Just put the BVM on over there for you guys too. But yeah, anyways, I mean, I'm pleased with it. I got a feeling, I don't know if it's going to stay in my bedroom like this. I might move it into the garage at some point. Like, it just looks ridiculous. I secured, there's like straps on the backs of these TVs, like to secure them to furniture. So I did like hook 2 tie downs to the back where the straps hook, and then ran them down to the bottom of my TV, or my cabinet here, where there's a bolt at the bottom, and like secured the TV to it. So it fucking, like, I'm pushing on it now, like it's secured on there. But it was some shit. But it works, and I'm fucking looking forward to playing some shooters on this bad boy. Like, it's got big fat vertical scan lines. Like yeah. You guys ever notice how Cave wants to prosecute you to the full extent of the jam? What's up with that? Hey guys, just had a couple weeks go by before I could upload this video because I had some camera problems, and I thought it was a good opportunity to just demonstrate the scan lines a little better with this TV and talk about it some more. Like, I feel like I didn't do a very good job demonstrating the scan lines before. So now that I've been playing with this for probably like 2 or 3 weeks now, I'm in love with it. Like, I've been honeymooning with this TV, and I think it's gonna stay in my bedroom. Like, I've kind of been putting off playing a lot of vertically scrolling games because it just I just knew I wasn't doing it the best on my Yoko setup. I always kind of put it off, like, you know what? These amazing vertically scrolling games, like, I'm gonna wait till I get a Tate setup and play them. So, of course, I had to go whole hog, and my first Tate setup had to be a 37-inch, 230-pound CRT. But now that it's set up, like, this is all I want to play is these games right now. There's a whole bunch on my backlog I put off, and so yeah, I've just been going through and kind of made a list of games I want to play. I'm playing Sorcerer Striker right now. I can 1cc the first loop. I'm working on the second loop right now. and it's amazing. Just the thick vertical scan lines, how the whole thing fits on the screen. There are some issues with it. Let me show you. One is the menu is always sideways. Like no matter what you do, the menu's sideways. And then even the games load sideways. Like let me show you one. Let me go into settings here and show you guys some stuff. So like, okay, where are we at here? Settings, video. So one cool thing is if you look up there, you can see the refresh rates. This game is at a 57.5 refresh rate. Like it doesn't run at 60 hertz, but I can tell it in RetroArch to run it at 57. So that the game doesn't, if you let it run at 60, like it automatically defaults to 60. If you just let it run at 60, it runs too fast. And I don't know if you can do that on an LCD, but you can change it to the native refresh rate, which is nice. So that, I mean, I don't need bullets running at me any faster. One issue is that, like, if we close this out, like, see how I have it? It's set right here, custom aspect ratio to 720. Oh, that's not it. It's, where is it? Here we go. Rotation, 270. Like, you can rotate it, and I saved it to automatically load up in Tate at 270 degrees in my overrides. But every time the game loads, it's set at 270, but it doesn't recognize it, and I have to go back in and reset it, which is kind of a pain. Just some little stuff like that I've been dealing with. Let's pull up another game here. Let's pull up Battle Garega. Here we go. Like, see, it automatically loads in Yoko. And I gotta go into settings, video, and it's already set. Here it is at 270, but for some reason it doesn't recognize it. I have to click on it. There it goes. I haven't figured that out. Maybe there's a way around that, maybe not. But yeah, check out these scan lines, guys. This is just gorgeous. I might just shut up for a minute and just kind of let this play on for a little bit, and you guys can feel free to check out or just kind of check out these scan lines. It's a gorgeous game here, Battle Garega. And the music to it's amazing too. Alright, I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. Happy gaming.